योजितं मयं दीपं गृहाण देवेशं त्रैलोक्यातिमिरापहम्। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से। ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेरनि नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेरनि निराला। नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही। हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही। जग की मंगल की आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला। हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने। हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी। है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी। ये मधुसूदन की आरती। एवरीबॉडी जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। ये मधुर बोल जगपंद कोल सन मार्ग दिखाने। बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। ये मधुर बोल जगपंद कोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला। बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही। प्रभु की महिमा के आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। Put your hands together and let's pray. Everybody, those of you viewing at home, wherever you may be, let's pray. Dear Lord, on this Putrada Ekadasi, on this last Monday in the month of Shravan, we get to do puja, Prabhu. We get to gather together in this Abhijit Mahurat, in this time that is very fitting for prayer. for us who have gathered here in the mandir, for us who are looking on, for those that get to hear the prayer, Prabhu, please accept our adoration and bless us to see change, positive change, protection, help in our life. Let's pray, everybody. Gajananam bhutaganadi sevitam kapeta jambu palachara bhakshitam umasutam shoka vinashakarakam namami viganeshwara pada pankajam sarvamangalamangaliye Shive sarvata sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya. Lord Krishna, tonight, this evening, as we go into the 7th chapter, Prabhu, this is a different kind of discourse. As your devotees, as your children are learning and listening to a different way of Bhagwat, this part is made to build the person so that they start to understand God and His Leela. Why do we say Leela? Why do we say play God? As we are about to allow this to enter our ears, Shravanam, to listen that devotion, help me to appreciate what I am about to hear. Krishna, by listening to this, Shravanam means by listening to it, it will burn away very effectively the sins, the past mistakes, the troubles that I have incurred. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. One more time. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vrindavan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. Everybody, please have your seat. If you came in after, Sitaram. If you're looking on wherever you are, Sitaram and welcome. This is our fifth session of our Bhagwat this 2025. For those that weren't with us before, this is our 3rd year in our Sankalp to do 7 years consecutive Bhagwat for the benefit. Bhagwat, for those that are young and don't know, prayers is a tool that is used very effectively to counteract the problems, the predicament, the situations that we find ourselves in life. But sometimes, and we hear it in Tulsidas Ramayana, in Kali Yuga, the person doesn't know how to use the tool. They know it have prayers, but I don't know how that prayers could help my problem. I could learn, for example, Om Namah Shivaya, just an example. But I don't know how to use that prayer, Om Namah Shivaya, to fight, to make the chemotherapy effective when I'm fighting cancer. But then, like we heard yesterday, if the person is fighting different court matter, if the person is fighting different argument in the family. If the parent is fighting a hard-headed, stubborn child, I'm not praying for bad, that's my child, Baba, but what to do? Then there are different forms of the goddess. We heard when sickness is coming, the tikka with the Baba is put on your two wrists. The Ashwin Kumar, the doctor Devta. Please sit here, call in different Devtas, you do it. But I don't know why I'm putting the tikka. Simple example. I put in tikka too hard. If I go prayers and the Baba, you give me tikka, I vex with him. But where you putting it for? I don't know. Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga. So it seems as if you are here fighting all the trouble and you're alone. And when you're going through your trouble, God is right around the person. But you know what? I don't see him. I don't know him. I don't know what God looked like. I honestly believe he looked like that picture. So in our discourse this morning and yesterday evening, Sukdev Goswami is explaining how when we say the universal master, when you say the entire universe, Hinduism is showing not only the temple, the four walls have God in it, but the God is built by all the universe, all the planets that humans are now discovering. That was his knee. Think these books are so old. And before telescope and before all these things are available, the person has a different depth of analysis of life. For example, when you go Shrad, Bandara, and they take out the shares of food, one share they offer it into fire. They burn it. What they burn it for? Let the germs, bacteria, microscopic organism benefit when the food is oxidized and it raises up. Let them benefit from the energy that will come from that food. Because you're not saying swaha that time. The Pandit don't tell you, okay, Sara roti, swaha, chana nalu, swaha. No, burn the food. Put one share of the food in the water so that fishes, aquatic life will get to eat. We had prayers, somebody passed away. But that was before it had a microscope. Before people understood things like the amoeba and different things. How did Hinduism have that? And I was talking earlier, and we talked about how in the shows that these children running down now with Iron Man and Captain America, in those shows they talk about multiverse. But when you listen to your Ramayana and Sampati is talking about what he saw when he went into the body of Mahavishnu, and he says in his belly, I search from one earth to another earth. There are so many versions of this Ramayana. I saw in one he lost the water ram to Ravan. I saw in one version Lakshman is the elder brother, Ram is the younger brother, and I would go every time. Kakbhushund is saying I went, and every time Ram comes as the baby, I go as the bird, the crow, to play with him, and he will feed me and throw a little piece of his bread or whatever he eating. Every time Ram comes as a baby, I go there. So then the question asks, how much time you see Ram as a baby? Me and you think Ram happened once. Think what I'm saying. Time is a straight line from the beginning to where we reach now. That is not how Hinduism talk about time. Time is a circle. So it started coming, something happened. Okay, what that mean? It will happen again. So Krishna come, Krishna will come again. This happened, it will happen again. So when somebody go, for example, Ganesh Utsav, and you hear in one katha, it have Ganesh Baba took form, Lord Shiva cut off his head. But then it have a katha, correct me if I'm wrong, Ganesh Baba come, and when Shanidev see him, the head fall off. It have a katha where Krishna incarnate as Ganesh. So it means that Ganesh keep coming, simple language for children. He come again, he come again, he come again. Kakbhushund is the person who says, in the passage of time, I saw when the earth was ending, Kali Yuga finished, Satyug coming again, Pralaya is happening, and I got to see the Lord. I saw how time works. This morning, Katha, he says one of the forms, the force of God, the power of God, is this thing called time. Time is a funny thing. Imagine as time passing, you don't plan is Baba is you're here, but I see again, gray boy. Time. Something is affecting you. You go argue and say it is my body, it is my life, I am in charge. And one day the stomach does work, and then the stomach doesn't work. The circulation is be good, and then you realize varicose veins coming. Time. Something is interfering with your eyesight. Something is interfering with your patience. How you digest food. How you sleep in the night. Something is playing with you. And it's just you are seeing the strings. The power of God. When people are doing their prayer and they're asking for time, dear God, I'm sick. Bless me with better time. Consider this. When you offer sweet rice, when you offer kheer, and all the nice, sweet, healthy stuff, the nuts and the different, I'm not sure, I think she's making, I want you to see how people is make parsad. We know parsad one way in Trinidad, but could we make prasad with the flour, with fig, ripe fig inside the flour? You're cooking it with the ghee and the pag and everything. Could we make parsad if you throw dragon fruit inside the pot? The whole thing now purple like your shalwar auntie. Same parsad, but what is the difference? The health content. When the person offer in Satnarayan prayer and they offer in all the ripe fig, you know why they do it? I do it, I see the Baba do it. I read the first chapter of the Satnarayan Vrat, and the Pandit really say the parsad, when the fig very speckled, it's very ripe, that means it's ready now to offer any prayer. Why? The amount of potassium in it. The person will be happy like the bird when they eat it, they tweet in plenty. You can't have depression when you eat very ripe fig. And the second thing, when somebody feeble and their body shaking, or they could tumble, they're walking down here and they might lose their footing, eat fig, you can't fall. And all the cornflakes box have fig on it, of all the fruit thing was in, because of the content. It have value. When you go to your prayer now, you're saying, dear God, I am giving this, for example, fig, or for example, the sweet rice or the kheer. I am giving you sweet parsad. Bless me with what? Sweet time, healthy time. You're asking for the grace. If tomorrow we had to get an accident, if tomorrow we go in by the beach, we go in for a holiday, God bless we safe time, bless we safe passage, read safe, stay safe, come back safe. You do it, it's just sometimes we don't realize what we are appealing to. In this section of Bhagwat, we are doing chapter 7, book 2. This is the shortest book in Bhagwat. But in it, this is, if imagine we was building this shed, this is the foundation. This is the part that people is miss. When people hear Bhagwat, they is immediately think Krishna Katha. Only Lord Krishna. But Krishna is the 10th book of Bhagwat. That is nearly to the end. You only have 12. But when you watch it, a person really, based on what we conversation, coming, a person doesn't understand God in Hinduism. And that is what this book, this section of Bhagwat is about. Let me hear what he teaching Parikshit now. He says, you don't know how he is playing around you. If you understand how he makes your hair gray, you understand his influence. The lady, I was telling her in the last reading, I know my mother is a trouble, my mother is to tell you all kind of thing. Lady, me a fat. She said, watch me like I'm mad, because talking on this thing. I have fat. That is all the licks she used to give me a swell. And she used to feel, God, everybody had to hear you. I know this lady was very strict. But when she grandson born, he go tell the lady, you have 3 o'clock in the morning, I make dal pray. Ma, you're feeling to eat sweet rice. Let me make a little parsad now. Like when COVID running, you're feeling to make a little, children, you're feeling to make a little manbok. Long time you make macaroni pie. 2 o'clock in the morning. And the lady getting up. Happy, you're going to eat it, You're going to eat all it. And I wondering what going on with you. Think was saying, how you do that? You would not do that if it was me when you was young. You would not do that. 19-year-old, you didn't get enough to do that? Where the ability to get so soft come from? If I had to go and change a tire to do anything, change the oil, change the belt in the car, somebody had to teach me how to do it. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Who teach you to love so much? Where that come from? In Hinduism, God. Just like how when the zabuka in the bag and something is happening around it. In today's world, we go say the ethylene gas make it get ripe. When you put it in the bag and you stifle it, something is happening and a transformation is happening. The zabuka get ripe, it get delectable. The person is go through that. When you're young, you're vexed, the man ready to fight war for everything. As he get old, watch him now. Like the lion lost his teeth. He cool, he like cucumber, he's sweet too bad. Watch him, watch him, watch him. That the big rakshas from long time. He gets sweet too bad. Time does have an effect on people. Some good, and honestly, for some people, bad. Some people, they get sweeter as they age, they get understanding, they get approachable. For some people, God forbid, you end up in a pampers. For some people, you start to forget. Different thing. What He is giving you is based on your karma. So when people now understand God and how He is working, the person try to accumulate good karma, so that time I will have good time. Prem se bolo Shri Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. Jandi jai, not Jandi, Parikshit. Parikshit wants to know more. And there is where we entered this section. Put your hands together, everybody. Those of you viewing at home, get ready for your Sumiran. This is where your prayer has to start to activate now. Sumiran, you are asking the Devatas, dear God, Ganesh, Shiva, Devi, please bless me with the karma to accept this, what I'm about to hear. Allow me to improve. Allow me to do better. Allow me to learn. Allow me to have better time. Allow me if I'm going to get in an accident. Allow me if I'm going to slip in the bathroom. Allow me if I'm going to throw up. Allow me if I'm going to get a chest pain. God, you have the power to change that by virtue of the good that I endeavor into. Let that goodness follow me. That is what I'm praying for, God. Redhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sadana Vadana Vadana Sumiro Barambar Madana Kadana Ke Lal Ko Ganapati Kripa Nidhan Jnana Kani Ananda Bhavana Dehu Mohi Vardhan Varno Bhasha Bhagavat Jai Shiva Ananda Kand Bhutanatha Bhava Bhaya Harana Bhakti Vishaya Nirvand Gauravharana Mangala Karna He Braja Chandra Mukunda Braja Bhushana Dushana Harna Katahu Bhava Bhaya Panda Charana Sharana Le Anakara Jai 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 Jagadisha Sevat Shesha Mahesha Ja Mahimamita Bheva Veda Veda Janata Rahe Riddhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sadhana Varana Varana Sumiro Barambar Sumiro Barambar Madana Kadana Ke Lal Ko Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. In our text, we sometimes hear Ram Leela, Krishna Leela, we see forms. Watch your Hanuman here. Hanuman Baba is the middle head, as per that discourse, and he gets 4 heads of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu now, in this section, Parikshit wants to know more. The Katha, Bhagwat is getting ready to twist. It is getting turned. When you become Bhagauti, when you learn your Bhagwat, you understand the different tenor of Bhagwat. If somebody is only celebrating, singing Bhagwat, then you don't understand Bhagwat. Bhagwat starts off with a man that hears, in 7 days I am going to dead. Where you going and sing and celebrate? Somebody come to tell you, you are going to die. Janbi Jai's son goes off, he goes crazy. All this prayers, where does this prayers finish? The man does die. This is where you call in literature tragedy. The star boy, he didn't live, he didn't overcome. All the prayers didn't help him, he dies. We lose the star boy at the end of this Bhagavad. And his son, Janbijay, goes crazy. He says, snake bite my father. After listening to all that Bhagwat, you will still, with all your conscience, bite that man. And he goes bonkers. He starts to take snake anyway he go. And he doing prayers now. Me and you just offer gogol and sugar. He start to wrap snake, dip it in ghee. Om so swaha. Sa puja. And he started to slaughter animals. Janbijay went off. And Janbijay is called, when you're going to that extreme, Pandit, go talk to him now. Guruji, go talk to him now. Godfather went, he says, do you think what you are doing will help your father's soul? All this craziness you're doing, all this murder, all this mercilessness you're doing, you think you're helping your father's soul go up? In that moment, Janbijay catch himself. And that is where, when somebody says Devi Bhagwat Puran, the person who listens to Devi Bhagwat is the son of Parikshit who is listening here. When Janbijay now, he has to atone for sin. Bhagwat, we hear what Bhagwan in the last katha, the energy, imagine us saying it for children, smoke, the blessedness, Bhaga, in this gaseous form of Lakshmi, that when the person take the heat of the fire, think what I said, and anoint the body, Bhaga or Lakshmi will help me, heal me, uplift me, make me feel better. Think you go to Jariya child, take away the nazar, they go sleep better even. Bhagwan is the form that is full of Bhaga, and Bhagwat is the book that has that Bhaga in it. So you'll see the person tote the book on the head, bow to it with the head, because now I want that Lakshmi, that anointment to help me in my life. If the person doesn't understand the form of God, the play of God, they're going to hear it, they're going to say, oh, that is a nice story. Lord Shiva, for example, Tinkwa Sena is Kali Yuga. People will condemn and criticize your God and say your God have a snake round his neck. So the first step, the first growth pattern in devotion is when you listen to Shiv Puran and you hear, oh, when you drink the halal poison, if somebody asks it, follow me in the learning, in the training, upgrading my Hindu inside of me. How come your God have a snake round his neck? I don't know, Baba. I just know that is how he just look. Step one, me and you. When you start to learn, you're going to hear how he end up with the snake. For example, when he drink the poison, Mother Parvati get vexed with everybody. Look what my husband have to do for you. What Seva here? What servant? Who is the God and who is the servant here? And he has the poison and the lady vexed. She finger is here and Vasuki, Vasuki is the snake that was churning the ocean, and from his mouth the poison come. When they pull him then, the snake, and he cannot throw off the poison. Vasuki feels so responsible, guilty. Come to mother, he say, Ma, look how you come. You have to stand up here, otherwise the poison will slip down. Remember, that picture over there, watch this, watch how we just get it wrong. Watch that picture. Is Lord Shiva blue? No. The artist make him look blue. But he is called Neelakant. His throat is blue. The throat, the poison sit down here. It get dark. This is blue. But the artist in that picture, at least, he looks blue. The rest of his body, how does he look? He looks kind of white. Why white? He is the guy who goes to the cremation ground and take the ash from where the people burn and paint his body so. To have a discourse for that too. So if I seem like a white man, when you hear people in Shakti way talk about Munish Prem being a white man in dream and so on, same Lord Shiva. But people don't want to understand that. But if I tell you Lord Shiva in our next way is Hanuman Baba, oh, I understand that. I could see he in another form. I understand that. But if we put him in another form, the same apprehension, that can't be, that cannot work. That God could only be with a snake around his neck. So I understand Vasuki said, Mother Parvati, I want to help you. Ma, let me coil the snake, the body of the snake, this work with muscle. When this portion of muscle turn, tighten and twist this way, this part of the muscle is turned this way. Remember, I don't have a spine, but it have to move. So contraction, relax, contract, relax. That is how it lived. That is how it killed prey. So what it did was it come round the neck, it catch where the poison in the throat and it squeeze to hold, to lock it here. That is why he has this snake round the neck. That is how it did. Say, oh, I didn't know. All right. Then, if we take Lord Shiva and it have a katha, when Lord Vishnu, follow me, when Lord Vishnu in the form of the nursing form, the lion form, and time for that lion form to leave, Prahalad done, saved, that whole part finished. Lord Shiva has to take a form where he has wings. But me, I know that story. It have a form where Lord Shiva is Hanuman, agreed. It have a form where Lord Shiva is in the form of a hunter when he tests Arjun. That same Lord Shiva does do so much. And then you learn that God is take form. But me and you sometime, even if we call that God, follow me, even if we call that form God, we cannot believe that form could be a monkey. Think what I say. Within yourself. When some people say Krishna is black, Sham Sundar, doesn't look blue, Sham mean he is black. His hair, Keshava, that name, Keshava mean the one with the very curly hair. When you bow to Lord Shiva, you feel Lord Shiva is Indian. But remember, Shiv worship is the root of Rastafarian worship. When you hear somebody comb their hair for a good little while and they soak their hair in ratchet water and it start to get jang, because me don't comb, remember, I just comb my hair and cut my hair out of vanity. Something about that Lord Shiva is he have no attachment to good looks. He is near naked, but the artists make him look covered. When we were talking about the lingam, that the private lingam in the male, no disrespect, the male organ of the Shiva has fallen, and that is why it's so hot. Then you're going to say, what are you talking about? I got to ask you, were you always bathing it with water for? It's hot, it heated. It is described as a meteorite falling from heaven, simple language, and it's on fire. So when you're doing Shravan Vrat, if you ever see people take ice, water, cold milk, and they bathing and potting and they try now, you have Lord Shiva in Murti form, you have Lord Shiva in different form, but you don't offer milk, you don't bathe the Lakshmi Murti I have home. How come you just bathe bucket and shringi and all kind of thing to keep him cool? When the organ of Lord Shiva is falling upon the earth, the lady, they call she mother, he burning, he destroying everything. She said, well, all you understand, only my body, the womb of the mother, is made to hold him. So she come, you see the lower part, the trough, the lingam, that is the goddess. So when people don't have a Durga Murti, that is offered to she there. Shiva is the upper part. And when you go and you offer in your dar, like is Shravan, this is why. Then you're going to say, oh, I didn't know that. Now I understand why I offer in Midday. Then you're going to say, oh, I understand him a little more. When, first verse, first slope, when the person starts to enrich their knowledge, Brahma, Sukdev Goswami is telling Parikshit what Brahma telling his son Narad. Brahma is saying, God works in mysterious ways. If God was invisible, it would have been hard for children. Let me use the word children to see and understand. So things happen in a person's life, bad and good, to help the person understand God, and from that understanding, faith. So for example, in your life, it had a near accident. It had a sick. The person went to the hospital. It ain't nice to see anybody you love sick. But when you hear that doctor tell you, make preparation, call your pundit, funeral, this person ain't gonna live. And you do your prayers. And you talk to your God. And you see who was supposed to dead still walking in the temple today. You will have a faith that I as a pundit cannot tell you about. When you see God work in your life, that faith is indescribable. I cannot shake you. I cannot tell you don't believe in that. Don't do that. I cannot tell you more about what you learn and what you see. He says, Narad, let me explain for you how Lord Vishnu works. And only when the person understands Lord Vishnu work, the first day we talk about the form, that was yesterday lunchtime, yesterday evening, his power, when a person have this problem, meaning to say, when a person, just to recap, when a person, they're married and the spouse strain, they're going to that next person, go to Durga in the form, and we talk about the form. It have a mantra for that to bring them back. When the person addicted to something, gambling, drinking, drugs, and you want, let me just say parent, and you want to break that, go to that God in this name. It have an answer to every problem. When you learn it and you start to use it, you're going to have faith in it. I believe in that prayer. You see that Triambakam prayer? You see that Hanuman Chalisa? Very good. Now, watch the work of God. Some people only feel God live in their murti. Some people feel God only live in our type, Hindu type murti. Hindu do pray so, you know. This is how he look today. Tomorrow he might be in a stone, shaligram, lingam. He might be in a plant. Watch you go Bardan. There's a bushy hill. You are worshipping in the middle there, the little mountain. Look him in front of auntie them there, next to the Tulsi. That is just a hill. That is all it is, land with grass growing. God could take any form. Hear what this man telling me. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. 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 Yatro Aditi Shaital Ye Aditya Ve Bhakta Ye Tinita No Sankalp Yagya Ye Pal Yatam Nanda Ye Archana Upaye Sthiti Par Drishti Ye Nayaka Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. 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 That Maha Vishnu, Narad Muni, that Maha Vishnu took a form, watch it here on this picture here, where he is in the shape of a bow. When different type of yagya was offered from his teeth, when different devatas wanted to bring calamity to the earth, when people were set to destroy the earth, he came and he gave people hope in that form. Then he took a form. When people did Yagna and they could not get the blessing, are doing prayers, are doing prayers, are doing prayers, are doing prayers. But that was before, if you read your Gita, it talks about the Devi called Dakshna, or the gift of saying thank you. Dakshna, what Dakshna? The thing where you do not take anything from people without repaying. I don't want to owe anybody. There are different places that please. Let me just use some strange ones for you. When you lift the coffin of your mother, the boy child, we said it in the last reading. The boy, according to Bhagwat Puran, is taking the muscle and the bone to repay mommy's sacrifice. Ma, owe you the milk. You feed me, you make me, and look to their sacrifice. I am your son, I taught you. Pay you back for the milk. When the arti and the prayers coming wrong, them over there, they are the one who will hand the pandit the siddha. But I hear something, I learn something. I don't want to owe the pandit. 25 cents, dollar, whatever you wish is a free gift. I don't want to owe you, Krishna Arpan. Remember a long time when the neighbor sent 2 tomatoes, I used to send back a cucumber? Nothing, not only in puja, nothing I wanted for free. You come, you help me. If it's a little bit of food, eat something, except some kindness. Hanuman Baba tells Surya Narayan Swami, after teaching me, I have to pay Guru Dakshina. He said, you is a little monkey, I is the center of the universe, man. What goal you will give me? He said, okay, the Dakshina now, give me work, give me a service, let me do some Seva for you. He said, well, my son, Shani, don't listen to me at all, he don't talk. Go bring him. And bring him back for me, and that will be your Seva. And that is how on Shanivar, on Saturday, end up doing Hanuman Puja. Hanuman went and beat the man. Drag him. And where nobody couldn't do, drag him and throw him by his foot, by Surya foot. And in that example of Dakshina, Vishnu Bhagwan, when people do prayers, why you make sure and give that gift? If you see Sunday, when we giving children gift, and you see we giving Tanti them gift, because people think it's only the Pandit you give gift, wrong. When you have Ashrad and it have people in wheelchair, when you have people who blind, everybody have a God in them. And if you know how to win people, your little prayer could have a lot of output in terms of benefit to help you. So you practice that form of gratitude. The word we use is Dakshina, but it is, people is get it confused. Hanuman example, Dakshina could become a job. So, for example, imagine Sunday, I think they're making doubles, they buy doubles. Sunday morning, the Gita parting, they go serve doubles and pani puri and you know what and what they're doing. But I want to take out the chana, look Pandit Neil grandmother come, Ma, I go take out your food, and I go hand you your food. Auntie the pepper hot, I have a goddaughter here, you know, she does eat more pepper and slight chana. The pepper hot, I go be the one to hand you the bottle of water. If you feel that is only for other people, well, brother, that you, when it's time for me to get trouble, God will spare me, you know. The fever hit you, the cold hit you, it hitting me the same way. I surely, when preparing for this jug, me and this girl prayer had to take drips with all the vitamin and everything, just like everybody. When trouble coming, he coming for everybody. So please, even the Pandit have to get up, take your lazy tail, stop thinking you're better than other people, and do what you have to do, because karma will hit you the same way. Man, woman, child, all. So if one helps share the water, and one helps share the chana, and one help clean up after, it have a whole katha telling you why you sweep the temple when it have a lingam. What is the benefit? Some gachu go say, oh God, you see them don't help, I alone have to sweep this temple. But a blessed person is say, oh, go ahead and eat, I go sweep. Same thing, you know. But look at the perspective. Look at how that person look at it. When you know how God does work, you just understand. God put you to sweep the temple, for example. If it's your own temple, it have people who doesn't want to sweep their own temple, you know, uncle. Their own puja room. Me ain't going to. Not today. That same Vishnu, encourage the goddess to take a form called Dakshina. And when people finish do the prayer, and Brahma sits in the pundit that is chanting the mantra for the prayer, and you give Baba, Baba, you who guide me, Baba, you who say the prayer for me, look, I bring a mala for you, it has plenty sweet scent in it, thank you for all the help. Baba, I have a gift based on what I could afford, I have some popoy, I have some zabuka, this is for you, thank you for your help, Baba, whatever you want to give your Baba. Then the person is able to get Yagya Pal, or the fruit of what you do that prayers for, then you get it. Gita says the same thing. But it starts with Vishnu Baba. In this Bhagwat, this year I want to finish book 2 and I'm going into book 3 of Bhagwat. There is a Muni named Kardhamba, his wife Devahuti, and they have a son named Kapil. Kapil is a form of Lord Vishnu that comes, and all you hear people is talk about controlling the breath and doing things like Surya Namaskar when they're stretching, so and doing different things. That's part of Hinduism. But I do understand that helping me in my puja. The same Vishnu, different discourse, you get into it. He's showing you where we talk about last session, different road, follow which one. You're going to hear some people say, I could do yoga. And then you hear somebody else say, Pandit, God gave me rheumatism. And the knee and the hip different. I can't sit down, I can't stretch. I can't do that method. That is not for me. I can't do all them things them people is do. I can't even hold my breath. Look at us get short breath. Look, I need a nebulizer every time I step outside. I can't do that method. But you see, when it comes to seeing Lord Shiva in my head and do Manas prayer, that's my road. That is what I could do. Maybe God, watch how Shiv Baba is, Manas Puja, the first verse, Ratne Kalpita Masanam, I am seeing you, me and you had to go and offer on that stone. But the person who doing Manas prayer, maybe the hand stop walking. Maybe they lie down in the bed with stroke. And I can't hold the lota anymore. Prayers go stop. I can't come in the temple. Lord Shiva say, no, I'll take a form, don't worry. I'll come in your mind now. And I'll accept it. I'll take it. So the person who trained themselves to do that kind of worship in their mind, I close my eye, I concentrate my breathing, and I will bathe you. And Lord Shiva, I'm seeing in the first part the milk running down your face and it bubbling over your lip where your breath. Your murti don't breathe. But now in my murti, in my mind, when I feed, I'm feeding him to him out. Look how he eating all my fig. Look how he enjoying my barfi. And I seen you smiling, boy, oh God, eat, eat, eat. The last thing you would say when you feeding your murti is, I hope you like it, you like it. You approve of this, I put extra for you, you know. You don't talk like that. All you say is Krishna Arpan. So sometimes your knowledge thing was saying, careful, you're in a plane, everyday plane falling from the sky. No. If in the moment you're in distress, if the car coming for you and you don't train yourself to see your God day, you gonna have to wait, crash the plane, come out in zombie form, reach in the temple, because God only live in the lingam. It have people who just think like that, you know. God can't be where you did. God don't see me when I'm doing bad. So it don't have a time to find God when you're in the taxi, when you're in the bus, when you're in the train, when you're in the job. That is why Hindus say put the murti in the car, put the Gita in your desk, put the guard on your body, walk with the Om, do something that God have to be with you, because trouble is stopping. It's coming. Another one. He says there was a form where Atri and Dattatreya and the moon, three of them born. Same Dattatreya Swami, the Dattatreya Center of the road, the Hanuman temple, a form of Lord Vishnu. But that form, people just hear Dattatreya, but you notice they don't tell you the story of Dattatreya. Dattatreya is the one who says, and the reason they say that, Lord Vishnu gave a different type of training. In all the other forms, they just talk about fasting and preparing and becoming disciplined. In Dattatreya Katha, he says, me I want to teach nobody. Them I want to learn and me I want to teach them. I wasted my time. I never asked you to be my disciple. Go from here. And he used to run everybody. So when people hear that discourse, if you notice, that is why we don't have Dattatreya Murti in temple, but it is a form of Lord Vishnu. If what it shows, sometimes you corral children and you try. Baba was talking earlier, I think yesterday or even this morning, you said it when we was talking about toting water and pump. Children nowadays they know about toting water in bucket. I was talking to my niece and nephew. I remember I toting water from tank and them two girls, hey, look, he bring the water. We got to take the water and go and bathe. We got to tote none. He go tote it again. Children nowadays, they go understand that. I wouldn't understand when people started go and pull water from pond. As times change, the water situation changed. God bless, we one day we'll get water in we tap. Nowadays, things are different. In the same way, you could try your best with children. Teachers will complain about this every day. You're doing your best, you're showing them, you're using all your technology, and they still care to learn. Dattatreya says, if you have the karma to learn, you will see the value in it on your own. I shouldn't have to coax you to want to learn. If you want to learn, fight to learn. Come and learn. Put yourself in place. There are parents that fight with children every day. You get up, you go bathe, you go eat, you go take the tablet, and then you'll come across somebody, well, when you're hungry, you'll come and eat. Dattatreya is from that type of teaching. When you're ready to learn, you're going to come to learn. He says, Narad, then Lord Vishnu takes another form. When different time is passing, he takes, when I, Brahma, was creating this universe and I wanted to propagate life, I had 4 sons. And he is the one who takes these 4 boys' form, Sanat Kumar, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan. But these 4 boys were own way. They only want to do prayers and they want to make children. So I make all your 4. Up till today, when Pandit them are doing Tarpan and they call these names, up till today, listen when you go hear Tripyantam, Sanat Kumar, Tripyantam, and so on and so on and so on. That was another form. That fella is integral when Parvati Mata is praying for a child. When she do the prayers, the Pandit, Sanat Kumar do the puja for she. Put Shrishti Yagya to get children. And when the prayer is done, she said, Panditji, what could I give you as Dachina? He said, I only want one thing. You see your husband? I want he. Take he and give he as your siddha, as your charity. And he didn't budge. She begged, she said, that is a discourse, is a wonderful discourse that is read for Ganesh Utsav. She says, if the lady does not align herself with her husband and study children, from one husband I could get different son, but from a son I cannot get back a husband. This is why I will bow to my husband's feet and I will not bow to my son's foot. But each have a role to play in this lady life. Sanat Kumar in a different way, discipline. Of course it had more details than that. Then Daksh Prajapati, when he comes as Nar and Narayan. Till today we use those mantras that are Narayan, Sri Mananarayana. When the sages start to use the name, that is where it came from. Let's hear what happened in this slok. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. 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 Buddhi Safala Yada Pitta putrayatam dritiye rajaham balaye druvpati vanati tasya anandaye adikam gritaye prasanda dvija santaye namyate jai jai radha ramana Hari Bol, Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Sachin. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol, Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Do you remember when you went to the wedding? The boy and the girl had to face to the North Star and pay pranam, they bow. So a little quick step, nothing long, no hawan, nothing. That drove, or that North Star that we worship, that is guide people on the sea, that give directive, that started off with a little boy who was born in a home, Vishnu Puran. And the boy, let me say the lady in the home is a stepmother kind of scenario. And the stepmother poisons the little boy's mind. Your father had time for you. Why to go and ask God to come and hug you up? The second set of children, they deserve the father's love, but not you. And even in the moment the child listened to what the stepmother says, leave the palace, went into the forest and call, and all he wanted a hug. Vishnu Baba comes to give him that hug and uplifts Dhruv to this point that where the 70 Saptarishi are dwelling heavenly wise in his body in the universe, Dhruv was higher than that because of the purity in his prayer. When Baba doing prayers with his hair Prithvi, Mother Earth, when there was a discourse where Lord Vishnu comes as Prithu, the son of Veena, and he has to cut the hand of his father in that discourse to fight a battle, to save the earth. When he has to save the earth in that form, this is where from Prithu, the earth is called Prithvi. She gets the name, the one that is saved. For this reason, when you come prayers, anybody ever ask you where you're barefoot for? I go on prayers, it has carpet, it has tile, it has mud, but barefoot. Why? Because Prithvi is the one who will take the negative energy, the bad things from your body. So you want to make the contact electrically, let me say to ground off, and let the negative flow to the earth. When somebody calls her Prithvi, that is what it means, the one who will take that negative. Vrindavan Bihari Lala ki jai. Lord Vishnu plays with people. He uses circumstance to teach lessons. When you are like the boy Dhruv, you look at how family could treat you. This is a child. They didn't want to give him food. The stepmother treated him and they kick him out of the house. And even there, God is able to find that downtrodden child and he is uplifted. Another example, Narad, when there was an elephant named Gajendra. When you're listening to Bhagwat and you hear Gajendra Katha, and Gajendra call when people suffering in hospital and the life I want to leave, oh God, Baba, say something now, let the soul go. We love them, we don't want to see death, but look how they're suffering. Till today, the Pandit says, maybe a verse, a piece of the prayer that Gajendra is holding a lotus flower so and he's calling for help, remembering the prayers from his past life, and an alligator is locked. The alligator jaw is made in such a way that it cannot release. It is snapped onto the foot and it is rocking backward forward. The teeth is cutting into the body, and even in that dire pain, this person is suffering, but he's not losing sight. After he realized all my muscle, all my strength, all my family, nobody could help me. And in that moment, he finds that God. When Gajendra's life was ready to leave him, Vishnu Baba comes there in the moment to take him. In that moment till today, when people are in trouble and they want saving, they want mercy, if it is in the example for the person's soul to leave Imagine somebody lie down in a coma and the doctor give up on them. What is the prayers they say before that soul leave? Vishnu Baba guide you. He makes something happen like a template, an example for you and I to follow. When people are living a life where it seems they don't get a break, they don't get a chance, they have no mercy, this life is relentless. Pray like that guy. Pray like Gajendra. And Lord Vishnu will dance in your life and bring the saving and bring the help that you need. He could do it. He did it for the alligator. Imagine the alligator is the aggressor. He is the predator. And when he lifts the elephant out the water, he lifts the alligator. And he says, even you have a story. The alligator was a Indikata, a Gandharva, a dancer, a singer that made a mistake because of his pride. And now you're in a dark hole feeding, but he did it to get the blessing that one day I will die at the hands of somebody like Mahavishnu. Even when you make the mistake and you're sinful and you have all that burden on your back, even there he is called Kriparaj. I will still have forgiveness. Is you, I will still love you. He does not only accept some. People think God will bless me and love me. I am better than other people. Some people think like that. But if you understand how God works, you could be who? Puran says in the house of Yamraj, the only currency you have is your good and your bad deed. You could have name, you could have paper, you could have accolade, you could have what surname, you could have blue eye, brown eye, black eye, it could be what. In the eye of God is only good and bad. That is the currency. Everything else, you leave it right here. And he is continuously listing how many times Lord Vishnu took a form to help. When they are churning the ocean, when Lakshmi Mata is coming back, we will say for Diwali, Dhanteras. Dhanteras is the first day of the Diwali. Dhanteras is when they were churning and Dhanvantri comes out. Dhanvantri is the medical, the form of Lord Vishnu that brings healing. Why was that critical? At a time when other religion was destroying our Vedic material, they wanted to rob all the Ayurveda, all the healing, all the medicine, so the person cannot help the self. So in the Dhanteras Katha, when Dhanvantri comes back, Lord Vishnu makes a celestial doctor, that it is possible if a person eat the right fig, they have balance, the hand shaking, so they go stop, they go calm down. If the person have a fear and the person, you're doing it, follow me, you're doing it. If somebody say you're fasting from salt, where you fasting from salt for? I see you're sharing salt food, but you fasting from salt. Salt because of the daughter of Lord Shiva. If in Dhanvantri discourse, in the Ayurveda, give salt in Dan, give salt in charity, feed people salt food. You see, you're afraid the bandit, you're afraid you fail the exam, you will overcome, you will rise above that fear. Afraid I'm dead, afraid this happen. All right, fast now, do prayers, Ekadasi, come in, you'll get through. God will bless you, God will smile on you. Oh, that is why you just fast from salt? No, I know. When I do it, I go say a little better prayers. He says, at one point, Mahavishnu took a form where he incarnates upon the earth as a Kshatri to destroy a 10-headed demon called Ram. Ram is the form that destroys the 10-headed form of Ravan. In it, he shows how, no matter if family kicking you out, even if people displacing you, even if people bad talking you, how you stay steadfast. You don't let your father head drop. You don't make people shame because somebody was mean to you. You don't let them beat you. You stand firm and you stand fast in sight of the battle. Somebody thief your wife, he cry and he still fight and he win. Bad things happen to good people every day. But if God is with you, you will win the overall battle. They will hurt you. They will test you. When Garud says, I transport Vishnu Baba, but I came when Ram is tied with the snake, they wrap him up in Lanka Khan, they strap him with snake. That is the same Vishnu. Garud was shocked. So good is the actor that he's pretending now to be affected by this weapon by Ravan and his son Inderjit. And everybody else wondering, how come you're doubting him? You understand what's happening here? Ram is playing a Leela to show people he's acting a part. When Sati Mata has to burn, everybody want to know, well, how come Lord Shiva didn't know she was going by her father-in-law, so and so would have happened? How are you going to let the lady burn, man? It starts in Ramayana. Shiva says, if you doubt Ram, I will abandon you. And when they were walking, Ram was crying in the forest, looking, Sita, Sita, where they? Shiva see him, he wanted to go close, and he watched him and he smiled. And Sati doubted that Ram, that little man who is crying for a lady like a normal man, sexually attracted to a woman, holding on to that female form, that is Vishnu? That could be Vishnu? And Lord Shiva went under a peepal tree and he said, Devi, go test him. Go. I'm waiting right here for you. Sati Mata takes the form of Sita and goes in front of Ram. And Ram, in normal Tulsidas Ramayana is what quoting here. Ram says, Sati Mata, where you leave my friend Shiva? Then she realized, okay, you realize I is Sati, but I'm looking like Sita. Oh, he over there, he know I coming. She run back by Shiva, knowing the truth. Lord Shiva in his mind already make up. I am not going to be husband anymore. If you ever hear Shiva is teaching Sati, teaching her, educating her, the attachment he had for she, it was finished. So when he allowed she to go for that whole Leela to play out, that is how come he allowed she to go. If you know your dharma, if you know the working of your God, you will have a different appreciation for your God. Look, for example, people is vexed with that Lord Shiva. All the Hindu people stupid. Hear me, eh? All your Hindu people stupid. You telling me that man with that Trishul didn't know the little boy was his son? You didn't know that innocent child. You going and worship Jai Shiva, Jai Shiva. He killed an innocent child. What are you saying? Until somebody see, in Bhagwat Puran, there's a katha where there was a war between, you know, when people get chicken pox long time, it had a ways to jari, the skin, the sheetal part, the prayer, they say. Sumali and Mali is two brothers, very wicked people. And they become the pox that Durga comes Sheetal Mata to fix. And long time people say never turn the broom down, they turn it up so. The coquet broom. That come from the Sheetal Mata Katha. So these two brothers are not skin disease yet. When people have pimple, you see the whole part when you get bad chicken pox, measles, and they say don't, the lady pot go shh. It come from when these two brothers was becoming, they getting the shrap then to become like a plague upon people. God fighting bad. Lord Shiva took up the Trishul and he threw it. And he was going to hit Sumali. That was the target. That one of the brother. And imagine as I throw the Trishul and Sumali is the target, Suraj Narayan come in the middle and take the Trishul. Lie down flat dead. The father of Surya come and hold his son and he say, oh God, Shiva. Oh God, look what you do. I put a strap on you. See the same Trishul, you're going to trade just one, you're going to kill your own son. You're going to know this pain I'm feeling right now. And that Kashyap Muni cry. And he say prayers and he raised back Surya. Surya said, Daddy, it wasn't meant, it wasn't purpose. What you curse Shiv Baba for? What you doing? Not because you have power, not because you know praise. You're going to put your mouth on people. How you could do that? Lord Shiva, he done said the child will fall. But I bless you, just as he fall. Look, I raise back, he go raise back. And just as how I as the sun will glow, your son will be very very powerful. Pratham Puj. He is the first one. When you call him, then your prayer is going to be successful. When you understand the work of your God, and you say, oh, that is why. When you get into it and you want to hear more, when you hear old people want to hear the discourse and learn, whether you liking is Ganesh, Devi, Vishnu, Satnarayan, Ekadasi Vrat, Trayodasi Vrat, think what I'm saying, Gita, and the sweetness, you want to hear more about it. He says this is why he does this. In all the excerpts, as time is passing, going, coming, God is working every day in our life, but we don't see it. In Kali Yuga, the person is very blind, and they only see the bad things, the deficiencies in their life. You only see the moments where I could have win the lottery, but you don't see the days you get up from the sickness. You don't appreciate the moments that God saved you. Could you imagine how many times, and this is where he asks Narad, could you imagine how many times God lift you like Gajendra and you did not see it? There are many more examples when he reached to Krsna, when he reached to Ved Vyas, when he reached to Buddha, when he reached to Kalki to come. When he talks in Kalki Avatar, how the world, how the shortened lifespan, and he's doing it for you and I just to see and have hope, have belief that God is there. God is there, but it is not that God is only in the temple or only in the lingam or only at that place. When I'm vegetarian, God is there. God is right there wherever you are. So in some instances, consider this, what is crazy Pandit telling you. In our tradition in West Indies culture, Diwali is a vegetarian fast, vegetarian celebration. Imagine I tell you, I come in here, I gonna bring some meat for your Diwali day. Pandit, you're mad. Look what he's saying. Imagine saying it. Somebody go say the Pandit say that. But if we go India, South India, on Diwali day, and the person don't bring mutton, lamb, you wrong, you know. Diwali for them is not vegetarian. So when you see people eating fresh, Christian, look what I eating, bless my food. Dear God, bless my food. It make you think, God don't see you when eating the meat? Or God is only see you when eating vegetarian? Just to think about it, eh? People celebrate that same Diwali, trust me. What we call Navratam, the vegetarian Lapsian Sahari, it have in that same Devi Bhagwat, make the pinda with fish. It there, Hinduism is more encompassing than we like to believe. There's so much to learn. In Bengal, when the people are doing Navratri Vrat, they offer what that entire area is living on is the fish. Like how we would offer cane in this country. When cane was Mr. Cane in those days, it was your bread and butter. Mother, this is my most valuable asset, Krishna Arpan. In those places, that is what they give. It comes from somewhere. It is there. But when you put limit on your God, when you say, watch how people backward, I'll ask in your question, is it right to offer alcohol in prayers? Let me just say, no. I don't think that's right. I'm not saying it right here, don't get me wrong, asking your question. But the perfume you're offering, where that make with? The perfume that spray on your hand, where that make with? Consider. That's all I'm saying. Consider what it is be saying. The mantra, if we go in different part, them don't make that mistake. We make it. What that perfume make with is alcohol, water, and oil, attar. So when you go sometime in your puja store, you see like how we just put the jasmine oil for Hanuman Baba? When you could get the oil, that is what some people anoint the murti and the shaligram with the oil. I don't want to offer alcohol. Think about what I say. When you understand your worship, when you understand the leela, the act, the play of the God, and you could see him, and you could appreciate him, and you could understand it, then, sit down, then do you only fixate on the song when you're reading Ramayana? Do you only fixate, I went and I see Ram Leela in the ground, it looks so nice? Or the lesson behind it? God say, if he could love a monkey, why I can't love people who in a different religion or a different race? People bowing to monkey. You just bow to a monkey. But if I bow to somebody else, I bad. How do you go saying bow to somebody else? Think about how we just watch and judge. But we go in Ramayana, don't get me wrong. Sometimes Kali Yuga is when you get it wrong, and he's acting a play to teach you a lesson. Prem Sabolo Vindravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. He says, O Narad, after all the images, last two verses, Idam Bhagwat Nam, Yanmanti Bhagwato Dityam, Sangram Sankate Chaiva, Vibhuti Tam Dvitya Karma Pal, Dakshana Pal, Kurumay Deva Yatha Hari. In the image of Vishnu, in his manifestations of Vishnu, his forms, his Leela, whether the person put their head by the book, whether they put their head by the Murti, whether they listen to his Leela, whether they remember the name, all are effective in changing the experience the person has if they only knew it, if they only believed it, if they only would understand it. So powerful is my God. If you understand your God, then you're going to have faith. Remember what I said in the beginning? When God show you sickness, hardship, difficulty, and then one day he hit your mercy. They get up from the bed. I didn't know how to walk again, Pundit. You're going to have belief in that. I take my trouble with that Hanuman Chalisa and I sit down and I say my prayers. You're going to have belief in that. When it works, trust me. You ever hear somebody say, hey, if you take a little Zabapik, it is deal with that cough, you know. I believe it. It is work. Try it. It can work for you too. When you experience, just like that medicine, when you experience God, what he's saying here, and you know firsthand the power of God, you experience it, you see it, that is a blessing of God. That is the reason he do Ramayana, Bhagwat, Gita, all them things. But if you ain't know it, if you stay and you say, you know what, Zabapik better, Popoy leaf, and you don't know the efficacy of that medicine, stay sick, suffer, drag. And maybe when you get sick enough, you're going to get ready for the medicine. Some people, as they hear it, they relish the chance to get the medicine of God name. And some people, they are ready yet. Prem Sabolo Vindravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. Everybody, this brings me to the end of this 5th session. The Bhagwat is starting to turn. The Katha, they're going to show you now. He explained why he take. If somebody asks you, why does Lord Vishnu take all these forms? Saraswati don't take 10 forms. Shiva don't take the main lead. Vishnu is the main guy. He's Ram. Shiva come as Hanuman. He is the supporting actor. Brahma don't take 25 form. Agni don't have so much of form. All is God. Only Vishnu does do it. Today, understand the purpose behind it. The lesson behind it. And as you are finding your way to God, as you're understanding your God and you're understanding yourself, and you feel close to Lord Vishnu, Krishna, Ram, different things will attract that person. When you find your God and you understand your God, truthfully, you're supposed to use it. You use the mantra, you use the puja, you use the Bhagwat, you use the prasad. And the people, somebody tell me, I never know you just bow to prasad. So when you get it, when you learn it and you understand what it is, when they never know you press the nail to receive Charan Amrit. I never know Charan mean foot. That I wash Lord Vishnu foot in the shaligram and now I go in and drink it. When you learn about the work the man doing, and you see how he trying, potting, he trying, he walking. Who is the God and who is the servant? He did like a father trying. Oh God, you're stupid. You could imagine if God could have talked to we. And we harden, we don't listen, we don't fast, we don't pray, we don't change, we don't want to do. You could imagine how God would have watched, oh, it's you again. I know if I had to face God, I know he'd have watched me. So you come back with your stubbornness again. It don't always be that smile. You gonna make him smile? You just take advice, you just listen. This is where he asks Narad. Narad demand is have patience with you, but you're always making comments. You just cause trouble for everybody you come in contact with, but you want to be close to Lord Vishnu. Narad changed a little bit now. A father telling a son that. Get ready for the next katha. You're going to hear some nice discourse. This part we're coming in book 3. It has some very interesting part with this Lord Vishnu and your worship. But when you finish and you understand, Sunday when people crying, when you catch the vibration, Bhagwat is the only thing that will help you. You see devotion? Where you ain't know, where you never understand about God, when you separate from a Bhagwat, and you understand a little more about your God, you just miss it. Tomorrow, me, I will get to go. Even if you're watching me on TV, I won't get to watch it. I won't get to hear that. I won't get to listen. It could be which pundit. It's not the pundit. Where we're showing is you don't have to have the drum. You don't have to have the noise, the distraction. It's the God. That the only thing you're touching is the God. If something make you feel to cry, if something make your paws raise, is the God, not the pundit, not the drummer, not the temple, not the murti. Check yourself. You're watching the wrong thing. You come for God. You need God. God will help you. Catch the God. Go home with the God. Ego book. Principle of Indravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. I hope all you understand and all the examples are trying to throw out for you. I have a mixed crowd. I have children, I have young children, I have people who know about Bhagwat, people who never went to a Bhagwat. In the example with these children who appear, all you know this one. This is drummer father here. It had drum. When I tell you another house had drum, they fix all the string. I watch them, I set them up, I tell them sand all the drum and change all the skin and fix it. Jag coming up. 2 days before the jag, no drum. I put the PA system here, honest to God, there's only one mic I connect. No chorus, nobody, no singing. Could you do a jag without group? Because sometimes all we just know is the singing, the distraction. And I want them to learn, when you go to sing, when you get a chance to sing for God. I was telling them, Neil Mami, when long time you get to sing, it was an opportunity. People used to be happy to get to sing. Gone are those days. Now, you can't sing like me, you know. This drummer hit that drummer. This organist hit that organist. And the prayers going down a different road. So I have some godchildren are teaching them. And me and you going to sing because them are singing. You notice how everybody's singing. If the singer them the day here, I can sing with them. My God, I croak in. But now you're going to sing it, working, man. Might have a benefit to Sada Satsang. Principle of Indravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. Everybody, let me stand as we close with Arti. For those of you who following with me, I hope you're enjoying your satsang. Please send me any questions, anything you want me to explain in the next reading. We'll do it. God bless you all for being here with us in your way, online way. Put your hands together and you're saying your prayers, everybody, those here and those at home. Dear God, thank you for the opportunity on this Putrada Ekadasi, on this day when people, if they worship the worst amount of sin, the things that make me depressed, the enemies that are inside of me, the depression, the mental illness, the schizophrenia, the epilepsy, the things that are eating my own body, the lupus is eating me, the cancer, the cysts, the polyps. I'm fighting the self. Dear God, doing prayer, listening to prayer, eating prayer's food, eating prasad, touching Charan Amrit to my body on the Putrada Ekadasi is going to heal me, is going to help me. This is why I journeyed today. This is why I took the time today to listen to your prayer. Thank you for that. Thank you for giving me. I am the sinner Gajendra begging for help, and you have the time to help this sinner. Thank you, God. जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मुक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला, ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मुक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला। हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही, हरि ज्ञान यही जग की मंगल की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापी से है तारती। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, पापों को मिटाने वाला, दर्श दिखाने वाला। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, ये मधुसूदन की आरती। एवरीबॉडी है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की। Those of you at home, help us sing a little bit. पापियों को ये मधुर बोल जग पंड खोल सन, मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को भनाने वाला। ये मधुर बोल जग पंड खोल सन, मार्ग दिखाने, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, प्रभु की महिमा की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। You know, children don't have the experience of my elders here, those of you looking on. For the team from Guyana, when we did the live, they said in Guyana, we don't get this 3 times a day method. We don't get to see this. If we get to follow you on TV and television, we will benefit. Children nowadays don't know about Sada Satsang. They don't know that when you go to prayers, sometimes you get to be peaceful and feel calm and feel empty as you are draining all your stress and all your worries, all your apprehension. Everything is going to the floor. And just for this one moment, I am feeling so peaceful. God, thank you for your house and thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your prasad. Thank you for your food. Thank you for the moment. In all the fight of fighting in this life, thank you for this moment just to feel like this. Om Namo Narayana. Hari Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Hari Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Hari Om Namo. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Hari Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Hari Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Prabhu, when the Pandit don't have to tell a person, you're going to sing with me, you're going to sing for your God, you're going to support me, you're going to help me, but the person know, because they're feeling however they're feeling, you know what you're feeling. And now me I care about how a song is just us. And I get to sing, I get to pray to my God. Think about what Lord Vishnu is doing with you. Then you didn't waste your time. Then the Bhagwat give you the inspiration, the energy to do something. I didn't expect to cry. I didn't expect to feel. I did not expect to tremble. I did not expect to sing. I don't sing, but I wanted to sing. Then die between you and your God. Dear Lord, thank you for today. Thank you on this Ekadasi. I get to spend the day with good people, talking good things, God, good things. Tvameva Mata. Together, everybody, all. Tvameva. Tvameva. Tvameva Sarvam. Together, Om Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki, Pawana Patra Hanuman ki, Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai. Jai Jai Sitaram. Sitaram, everybody.